What's going on, everybody? Good evening. Welcome back to another video here on our YouTube channel, Review and Preview Sports. Make sure to subscribe to us on all of our social media platforms. Give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, like our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at that link below, folks. This topic is going to be on a player who returns home back to Carolina, Cam Newton, returning to the Carolina Panthers, a team that he spent 9 NFL seasons with before leaving for a one-year stint with the New England Patriots. Now, why am I making this video? Well, Cam Newton, in his first NFL game back on Sunday, produces 2 touchdowns on his first 2 plays back with the Carolina Panthers. Now, remember, this was the number 1 overall pick out of Auburn 10 years ago. Panthers on Sunday, they defeated the roaring 8-1 Arizona Cardinals 34-10. 34-10. This was an 8-1 football team. Now, granted, they didn't have Kyler Murray for the second straight week. They went with Colt McCoy as the starter. But the Panthers went with P.J. Walker. So it's pretty much a trade-off, but we're here to talk about Cam Newton. Now, his stat line through this game, it's nothing too crazy. We kind of knew they were going to sprinkle him in because you're not starting Cam Newton, signing him 3 days before the football game. So Newton's stat line, he was 3 for 4 for 8 yards, 1 touchdown pass to Robbie Anderson. He got in 1 practice with the Panthers before Sunday's game, and he pretty much only spent 3 days learning the playbook. So the fact that he was able to pull this off, new head coach, new offensive scheme, is quite miraculous. Newton also had 3 rushes for 14 yards and 1 score, where he pretty much ran through Isaiah Simmons. He pretty much shouldered him down, and that's typical Cam Newton. The guy's built like Superman. Now, he's 32 years old. He helped a team that was struggling. The Panthers, they started off the season hot. It was 3-0, and now they've lost 5 out of their last 6 games. And this is a guy last year, Cam Newton, played on a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots, started 15 games for the Patriots, going 7-8. Preseason battle with the rookie Mac Jones out of Alabama. New England brought him back on a 1-year deal, and Newton loses that quarterback battle to Mac Jones, and essentially New England eats a lot of that money that they gave to Cam Newton. Now, how should the Panthers use Cam Newton moving forward? That's really the question at hand here, right? So we know Sam Darnold, the quarterback that the Panthers acquired in the offseason, was struggling the last couple of weeks, and now he's going to be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks with a broken shoulder, which is a shame. He was not playing well. The Panthers took a demoralizing loss to the New York Giants. And now with Newton coming in on a 1-year deal, I think the contract structure, it's going to be up to $10 million for the rest of the season. That does include a $4.5 million guaranteed in money and a $1.5 million roster bonus. So 4.5 of that is guaranteed. Now Newton brings in a prized resume. So what should the Panthers do with him moving forward? Well, your options right now are Cam Newton or P.J. Walker. You're 5-5. I think you're going Cam Newton, potentially as early as next week. This man has 139 career NFL starts. As I mentioned earlier, 9 seasons with the Carolina Panthers, set a lot of franchise records with the organization. And you look at what the Panthers have on their offense right now. Christian McCaffrey is back healthy, which is huge. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and then Terrace Marshall, the rookie wide receiver who has been coming on as of late out of LSU. So those 3 are weapons for Cam right there. In addition to McCaffrey, Chuba Hubbard. The O-line is a little shaky in some spots. But look, this guy is not just the Panthers, the NFL's all-time leader in rushing touchdowns. The guy has 70 career rushing touchdowns. People have always had trouble stopping this guy. Newton was, other than Michael Vick, he was kind of the first of that mobile class, right? He was one of the first guys that came in and you're like, whoa, this guy can do it all. Over the years, his arm has declined a little bit, and we saw that the last couple of years in Carolina. I think Newton is going to start eventually. It could be as early as next week. If I'm the Panthers, if I'm Matt Rule, if I'm Joe Brady, I'm getting Newton up to speed ASAP. PJ Walker is a guy who went undrafted out of Temple in 2017, so he does have ties to Matt Rule. There is a connection there, but I don't think he's worth the start over Cam Newton, being if Newton is 100% healthy. Looking at Carolina's upcoming schedule, they're 5-5. They're at home against Washington next week, so Newton could potentially be a big game for him if he starts, going up against his former head coach in Ron Rivera, former teammate in Taylor Heineke as well. Then they're at the Dolphins, who, yes, they beat Baltimore on Thursday Night Football, but they've been struggling all year. They've only won 2 or 3 games. Then the Panthers have a bye week, and then they're home against Atlanta. So you're looking at their next 3: Washington, Miami, Atlanta. They could very well be 8-5 after that 3-game stretch over these next 4 weeks, with the bye sandwiched in between games 2 and 3. And then the Panthers all of a sudden are still very well in the mix for a wild card spot. And if the Bucks, slow down a little bit, they could potentially be in contention for the division. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think if the Panthers are looking to make a playoff push, the goal right now is to go with Cam Newton as their starting quarterback for the next few weeks and potentially further. Even when Darnold comes back, that's going to be a discussion for a later time. But folks, if you've liked what you've watched, make sure to drop a comment on this video, give it a little thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Review and Preview Sports. Where we will have more of these exclusive videos like this one here on Cam Newton. Thank you all very much.